Hi, Justin here from Kombative Edge Martial Arts, coming to you from the Floor Park School. Hope you guys are having a great day. I want to, for today's leadership lesson, I want to talk about, it's obviously another play on words, J.K.D. J.K.D., is Jeet-Kune-Do, right? Now, you guys could train Jeet-Kune-Do. Jeet-Kune-Do was created and developed by a martial artist by the name of Bruce Lee. Phenomenal guy, phenomenal martial artist. I never met him, so I'm talking like I did meet him, but I never met the guy. But, from what I heard other people talk about him, they speak nothing but, high regards of Mr. Bruce Lee. Now, he created J.K.D. However, I'm going to do a play on the letters of J.K.D. Now, I believe everybody has a J.K.D. story. Now, you don't necessarily have to be training J.K.D. to have a J.K.D. story. If you want to train J.K.D., you're more than welcome to. But to have a J.K.D. story, everybody has one. Everybody can have one. Now, if you're asking me, well, Justin, what's this J.K.D. story you're talking about? I'm going to tell you. A J.K.D. story starts with, obviously, J. Your journey. What is your journey? Where'd you come from? Where are you going? Who are you going with? What are you doing? Who'd you do it with? What's your journey? Right? This is your story of your life, your J.K.D. story. And that begins with your journey. For me, my journey, I started my business in a martial art, in a park. I started my business in a park. Then I went to a church. And then I put a team together. And that team, we went to where? Went to New Hyde Park. And then we kept growing that team, and now we opened up a school in Floor Park. And then, and if I go farther than back, I trained martial arts for a long time, for 10 years. I was working for my old instructor for close to 10 years, teaching martial arts. And I went before that, I went to college, and I worked for UPS, and then the graveyard shift. I was, but this is my journey, my ups and my downs, my struggles. What's your journey? Right? That's the J of J.K.D. What's your journey? Talk about your journey. Experience your journey, right? Share it. Now, K. K represents the knowledge. What knowledge have you gained from your journey? Bruce Lee said that all knowledge is self-knowledge. All knowledge becomes self-knowledge. And I like that. I think that's actually really cool. So, because all the knowledge is out there, not everybody can know all the knowledge in the world, but once when you know it, it becomes a part of you. And then you apply it to your life, to your experiences, and how does it affect you? What's the knowledge that you've gotten over the years? Who did you meet? Who did you talk to that told you something or explained something to you, and you're like, whoa, my goodness, I never thought of it that way. That's incredible, right? What's your knowledge? And D and J.K.D. D, do. What are you doing? Right? We have this one life to live, this grand life. What are you doing? Are you going to medical school? Are you looking to be a police officer, a fireman? Are you looking to travel the world? Are you looking to meet a lot of people? And are you looking to change the lives somehow? What are you looking to do? How are you going to use your How are you going to use your experience from your journey and the knowledge that you collected, and that becomes a part of you into what you do? Maybe you become a doctor, right? Or a business owner like myself. I believe everybody's destined to become somebody. You're destined, but you need to go through life, because a lot of people will say, I want to be this when I grow up. And then as they start growing up and as they go through the journey and as they get their knowledge and they start to do the things that they think they want to do, but somewhere between the knowledge, the journey and the knowledge, something else comes out and they completely shifted. I got my master's in guidance counseling. I thought I'd be working in a school. I own and run a martial art business. Complete, similar stuff in the sense of working with kids and working with adults and helping them solve their problems and helping them, talking to them and listening to them. Similar things to a guidance counselor, sure, but I teach self-defense. I teach martial arts. And I had no idea that was on my radar. I had no idea, but through my journey, through the knowledge that I acquired, what I decide to do now is different. And that's the trip about this whole thing. Your knowledge, your journey plus your knowledge will equal what you do. And what you originally think you're going to do is not always the case. It comes out to another solution. It comes out to another answer. And you're just like, whoa. So what's your J.K.D. story? And be proud of it. Be proud of it. Share your J.K.D. story. Share what you overcome. I've been sober now for 4 years. That's right. It's something I overcame. And I'm proud of it. And that's part of my journey. It's part of the person I've become. Because I want to help as many people as possible. I've been sober for 4 years. And this coming up December will be 5 years sober. And I think it's a wonderful thing. But that's my journey. What's your journey? What's the knowledge that you acquired? What do you want to do? Who do you want to become? And it's important to share your journey, your J.K.D. story. It's important to share. Why? Because you could have the story. Check this out. You could have the story that somebody else hears and it triggers something in their brain from your story, from your experience, from what you did. And maybe that person cures cancer. Maybe that person comes up with better technology for the planet, so we can, get rid of some of this pollution. Maybe your story is the reason why, veterans are becoming or getting better health care. Or maybe, I don't know. But share your J.K.D. story, especially with younger minds, because it's the younger minds that we have to, raise, right? Don't be shy about your story. Tell your story. Whatever it may be. And also keep living your story. Don't just tell your story and then your story is over. No, your story doesn't end until your story ends when you're not here anymore. When we go on to the next life. That's when our story ends. So until then, keep that journey going. Keep with that, collecting that knowledge and making a self-knowledge and passing it on to somebody else. And then keep doing what it is that you're passionate about, what you love to do. And who knows, maybe you do one career and then you change it to something else. I know people who've done that. Very interesting people. Matter of fact, I have one student who told me what? He's going to retire. I'm like, what? You're going to retire? He goes, yeah, I did my time. I'm retiring. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do? And he looked at me. He's like, I don't know. And he's like, but it's going to be exciting. I got to figure that out. And I was like, man, what a great perspective, right? What a great perspective. So share your J.K.D story. What's your J.K.D story? I want to hear about it. Tell people about it. Because your J.K.D story could be the one story that somebody else needs to hear, a kid needs to hear, and maybe figures out a way to, I don't know, get to Mars quick, right? So just remember, your J.K.D story starts with your journey, and your journey doesn't end until you do. So keep living life. Life is to be lived, right? Keep living life. Make that journey go as far as you can go. Collect that knowledge. Share that knowledge. Pass that knowledge through you and through your experience, because Bruce Lee said, all knowledge becomes self-knowledge. So when you learn it, give it back, but give it back through you, right? Give it back through your experiences and through your time. And what are you going to do? Are you going to have multiple careers? Are you going to stay in one career until the end of your time? Or are you going to be like, you know what, I'm done with this career. I did 10, 20 years. I'm good. I'm going to do this career now. And you go wholehearted into that. But whatever you do, make sure it's what you really want. Be passionate about what you do. Because when you connect with somebody, you connect through passion. Somebody will listen to what you do if they hear that passion and that conviction. And they're like, wow, this guy really loves what he wants to do, what he does. I gotta listen, you know, and they pay attention. You think anybody wants to hear about a guy who's like, right? Nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants to hear what you're passionate about. Everybody wants to hear what you want to do and what you're doing to get there and the struggles you had to go through. Everybody wants to hear those stories. The best way to motivate others is to relate to them and to share your journey, not just your successes, but more importantly, your struggles and your failures and how you got there. Gives hope to other people. So share your J.K.D story. Justin here from Kombative Edge Martial Arts. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And don't be shy. Start sharing your J.K.D story. Bye-bye.